If you click this video, you might be thinking, yeah, I want to try some good visual novels, but they are all a boob fest. I am here to tell you that you are wrong. There are really good visual novels out there, and I'll be your guide, your mentor, and show you the best visual novels ever in the universe. Well, maybe I'm exaggerating. They are good, and I promise there won't be any boobs. Except one that's filled with boobs, but stick with me until the end, please. In every video, I'll tell you a little bit about the plot, but I'll keep away from big spoilers, so watch without fear. The first game I want you to try, it's called Steins Gate. This is a visual novel to the core. What you will find here is text, 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 still images, decisions, and more text. It's like reading a book, but with characters showing some emotions from time to time. What's really important here is the plot. You play as Rintaro Okabe, a self-proclaimed evil scientist. One day, fooling around with his many inventions, he creates a time machine that can only send in time text messages. He accidentally sends a text message to the past, advising himself about a certain event, thus creating a rupture in time and creating a series of different timelines, time loops, and unescapable events. All the game is based on real facts, like CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, the Large Hadron Collider, some real-life events, like John Titor, who was a so-called time traveler on early internet forums. Really, you have to Google that story, and even real-life tech, like all IBM computers. All of these together create a compelling on-Earth plot that really hooks you until the end. The game takes around 25 hours to complete, but it features multiple endings and one true ending. If you want to see all endings, expect 40 hours of gameplay. There's also a spin-off called Steins Gate Zero, which creates an alternative game. It's called DanganRonpa. The name comes from the words Dangan, bullet, and Rompa, confrontation. There is a lot more gameplay than Steins Gate. We have text, well guys, there's always text, exploration, weird minigames, pink blood, and case solving. There are 3 DanganRonpa games. The first one, Trigger Happy Havoc, the second, Goodbye Despair, and B3, the third game. There's also a spin-off, but we don't care about that game right now. I call DanganRonpa the battle royale of visual novels. In a moment, you'll see why. In each game, you play as a different protagonist. It's always the same idea. You're locked up with more people in places like a school, an island, and another school. Yeah, that's the limit of creativity. Each of the persons in this game are ultimate. An ultimate is someone who is the best at something they do. So someone can be the ultimate dancer, the ultimate programmer, the ultimate killer, or the ultimate detective. All the ultimates and you are forced to play a game of death by the sadistic bear called Monokuma, who plays like the antagonist, and it's a showman, showbear, whatever you want to call it. The death game is easy. If a member murders another player and the rest of the members don't find out who it was, then the murderer is free to go and the rest are killed by Monokuma. But if you find out who the killer was, well, he, she, or it, yeah, it's that kind of game, gets killed in a fashion way by Monokuma and the rest can keep on living locked up. The only way of getting out is by murdering somebody. Each time someone gets killed, we play a trial where using all the clues you can gather, each member's alibis and minigames, yeah, that's how real trials work if you are not a lawyer, you try to find the real culprit. That's the core mechanic of the game. Somebody gets killed, you explore different areas to gather clues, go to trial and use them to uncover the real perpetrator. Aside from the dark humor by Monokuma, you can find deep life stories from each character in the game, which only helps you create a bond before they get killed. The plot is linear in each game, so no multiple endings and you can't kill anybody. There's plenty of plot twists, so the game will keep you on the edge of your seat most of the time. Each game takes around 30 hours to complete. There's also an anime adaptation, but I strongly recommend to play the games, then watch the anime. You can get all 3 games for $59.99. Check your region for the correct pricing. Well, when I say there wouldn't be boobs, I kind of lied, but that's because there's a game, such a good game, that's based not only on boobs and not only on the dude and his legion of girls that I want you to try, I want you to play it. Aside from the boobs, the plot is so good, so great that I'm really gonna recommend it. Muv Luv is a 3-game saga. It's obligatory to play each game in a certain order. The first game it's called Muv Luv, a dating sim game in which you play as Takeru Shirogane. This is a really normal game. You should go out to school, live a normal life, and date girls. Next comes Muv Luv Extra. In this game, things start to get really weird. Takeru wakes up in a different timeline, one in which an alien race has invaded Earth and it's trying to destroy humankind. Yeah, we go from a dating sim to an alien invasion. Humankind, almost on the verge of extinction, are fighting this alien race with robots. This is a short game, you really can't choose many paths, all of them are pretty much established except which girl you end up with. Which really doesn't matter in the end because humans, well, lose the battle. The last and longest game it's called Muv Luv Alternative. This is the defining game. This is why you've played a dating sim and a depressing alien invasion game. In this game, you wake up in the same moment as Muv Luv Extra, but in this case, you know everything that happened in the last game, so you carry the key to avoid the same mistakes that led to human extinction. It's your job to help the people of this timeline with the knowledge of another lifetime, to defeat the aliens and save Earth, and in the end to go back to the normal school life you wanted to enjoy before being spirited away to this timeline. The plot is deeper than I already told you. There's more than 90 hours of gameplay between the 3 games. In this game you'll find text, boobs, text, and more boobs. You can get all 3 games on Steam for $49.99. Check your region for the correct pricing. Capcom brings us a lawyer simulation game. Well, not really, it's actually a visual novel where you play as a lawyer, but make more detective work than lawyer work. I'm gonna talk about the first trilogy, which you can find on PC. This trilogy was originally released for the Nintendo Game Boy Advance and was later translated in English for the Nintendo DS. There's also another trilogy which you can play for the 3DS and some spin-off like Apollo Justice and Miles Edgeworth that you can play on the DS. To make this, you'll need to talk with lots of people, gather testimony, gather clues, and use all your tools to defend your client from the evil prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. All games are split in different cases. In each, you'll defend a person from a murder accusation, and it's up to you to refute the prosecutor's claim with the clues you gather. In this game, like DanganRonpa, you'll find text, exploration segments, gathering clues segments, more text, normal trials, and evil prosecutors. The trilogy has the first 3 games of the saga: Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Trials and Tribulations. Each game will take you around 25 hours to complete. They're linear, so don't expect multiple endings. You can get this game on Steam for $29.99. Check your region for the correct pricing. The Nonary games are the last game I'm gonna talk about. The Nonary games are 3 games. One called 999, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. The next game, it's called Virtue's Last Reward. And the last game, it's called Zero Time Dilemma. These games shares a lot of common points with DanganRonpa, but with sprinkles of Saw the movie. How's this? Well, we have people locked inside a building, and they must follow the rules established by Zero, the game maker, so to say. If they break these rules, they are killed in a horrible way. In order to escape, they must play and solve puzzles from escape rooms like scenarios. Each time they solve an escape room, they get closer from escaping, but if they fail, they get killed by Zero. All of this seems like a Saw movie. Well, thing gets weird here. Each game has multiple endings, and in order to get the true ending, you must complete each and every one of them. Why is this? Well, things are gonna get kind of crazy. Each time you finish a different ending, the information gathered from your characters is sent to a different timeline, thus helping the characters to solve a puzzle, otherwise it will be impossible without that information gathered in the other timeline. So, you'll need to die sometimes to get a piece of information that the other you needs in order to advance and get to the truth, and who and why someone locked you up. Each game will take you around 40 hours to complete, except for the last game which takes around 30 hours to complete. If you want to enter the world of visual novels, I strongly recommend that you start with any of these games. You want a time travel game? Muv Luv, Steins Gate or the Nonary games are the games for you. You want a mystery game? Well, try the Nonary games, Wright or DanganRonpa. If I miss a visual novel for newcomers, or maybe you want me to make another top 5 games for newcomers, let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, leave a like or maybe subscribe for more content. Thank you.